In this very section, we shall be taking our time to debunk the lies, the propaganda, the rascality and the criminality of APC-led administration, of which they have projected one of their own, Reno And APC, whom, in all honesty, I will say it over and over, that he is not qualified to be an ambassador of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in all ramifications. APC government should have left, Reno to where he used to be as a Twitter media warlord, as a media backdog, continue to write what he knows how to do on Twitter, instead of bringing him up to this level to bring further national disgrace to Nigeria and Nigerians. A video of Reno And APC is currently trending on the Nigeria internet space, where he made bogus allegations. Number one, he said that Peter Obi is the owner of Fidelity Bank, that we should fact check him. He also claimed that Peter Obi's bank could not deliver on real-time transfer of cash in the year 2025. And he also maintained that the United States of America does not run automated electronic transmission of election results. He said all of these things collectively, that Nigerians are reacting out of emotions, and that if Peter Obi cannot deliver, with his bank, which has about 10 million customers, how then does he want Nigeria INEC to deliver on real-time transmission of election results? Well, before we proceed in details, integrity has always been doing the right thing, even when nobody is watching. In the year 2021, when the late General Muhammadu Buhari was still the president of the Federation, Reno And APC was one of the persons who criticized the government of the day, saying that they rejected real-time transmission of election results because of their criminality and ulterior motive, that if they can deliver transfer cash to the N-Power project employees in all the local governments in Nigeria, how then did they achieve that? Or why is it not impossible to transmit, election result in real time? That's Reno And APC. Today is a different ball game. From this evidence, you can clearly tell that Reno And APC does not have any atom of integrity in his life. If I were his kids, I would definitely be ashamed of my dad. Having established that, APC-led administration of today, also in 2015, protested that they needed real-time transmission of election results when Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was in office prior to the election. Goodluck Jonathan, under his administration, Atahiru Jega, was already working on what we have today as BVAS and voter accreditation, which later, under the leadership of Professor Yakubu Mahmood, we have the IRF portal after billions of naira were spent. The same today, the same government of Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who championed most of the protests in the past, he doesn't want to he doesn't care about the real-time transmission of election results. It is now a taboo, a crime. Now, also to say this, to my dear brother, Very Dark Man, if you are watching this video, you will clearly understood why I made the video I made 2 days ago or yesterday, telling you why politicians should not lead protests. Upon all the politicians, top-ranking officers, top-ranking politicians that came out for the protest, they have singled Peter Obi out for defamation, for making bogus claim. This justifies or juxtaposes what the submission in my video, that the moment people like Peter Obi leads a protest, it becomes very easy for the ruling party to tag it as a political drama. That protest is usually very effective when it is people-led, and maybe some other civil societies will join. But what are they doing today? They singled Peter Obi out. Isia Folokwabobu, the Igbos will always say, in their wisdom, the man of the moment. So now let's begin to debunk the lies and the criminality of the APC-led administration. First and foremost, Peter Obi is not the owner of Fidelity Bank. Yes, Fidelity Bank has distribution of owners according to history and according to the relevant data as at the year 2026. Peter Obi was one time a director in Fidelity Bank, and Peter Obi remains a shareholder in the bank. Even when you begin to check some, fact sheet, Peter Obi's name is not even being mentioned as one of the owners of Fidelity Bank, even though he's a shareholder. The MD as at today is Dr. Neka Onyali Ibe. One other person whose name has always been mentioned over time as one of the owners is Nelson Mweke. So that has been established that Reno Mokri was simply parading lies on the internet space because the figurehead Isia Folokwabu is P2B. Secondly, he talked about Fidelity Bank inability to deliver on real-time cash transfer in the year 2025. Now, all the banks in Nigeria uses what we call NIBSS for internet real-time cash transfers, internet banking, USSD cash transfers and all of that. And NIBSS stands for Nigeria Interbank Settlement Services. Almost all the banks in Nigeria use the same infrastructure, So whenever there is a collapse in this infrastructure, it affects every bank in Nigeria. However, it depends also on the internal systems, IT systems of each bank. But any failure in this networking, in this NIBSS, will affect all the banks. In that same year, 2025, he claimed that Fidelity Bank could not deliver on real-time cash transfer. Fidelity Bank was not the only bank that was affected in Nigeria. You can also go and fact-check that. The public record is out there. First Bank of Nigeria was affected. Yes, the same USSD, internet infrastructure, transfer of cash, and it does not reflect, reversal of debit and credit. All of these things were experienced with Fidelity Bank, First Bank, and GTB Bank, and some other banks in Nigeria. So, if that is equally established, it means that the claims or the statement of Reno Mokri is equally one of those statements of rascality and criminality we have in this country, Nigeria. Now, let's go into real-time election, transmission of election result. He said technically or practically, it is not possible. He also cited the United States of America. Well, there are countries I would also want you to go and fact check, because APC-led administration, many of them are very myopic. I have said it thousands of times. Many of them are not qualified to be in any office where they are today. Brazil has a population of about 210 to 260 million people as at today. Brazil is one of the countries in the world where there is real-time transmission of election results. Yes, they use what we call AES, Automated Election System, which also has a series of APIs and all of that. Another example is Estonia. Estonia has the most developed, technologically developed, automated real-time transmission of election results. As anywhere you are during an election, you can vote from anywhere. Internet voting is predominantly found in Estonia. Another typical example is Philippines. Philippines equally carries out real-time transmission of election result. Now, Philippines is about 160 million people. Brazil is about 260 million people. Nigeria is between 226 to about 250 million people. The giant of Africa. When it comes to natural resources, we have more than them. Yes, there is no discussion about that.